Here with us now to explore the divide between public education and charter schools is documentary filmmaker and director of The Cartel, Bob Bowdon. Bob exposes the emotions that run high in a lottery for spots at a charter school. Let's take a look at a clip.
Number 68, Sevilla Johnson.
What does this mean to you guys?
It means the greatest opportunity that could ever come to my daughter's life. They have a chance. They have a chance.
As happy as these mothers are.
166, 38th on the waiting list, Diana
I
Glau.
also saw faces like this.
167, 39th on the waiting list, Ariel Montesino. 168.
That's one of the saddest parts of what we've seen, Mika, when we are looking at what's happening in charter schools in New York, is that a number drawn could make the difference, and many times makes the difference, between a young girl like that being able to follow her dreams and being trapped in a school system that will leave her where her parents were and her grandparents were. It's just devastating. Anyway, thank you so much for being with us. Tell us about The Cartel.
Well, this is a documentary film I've been working 2.5 years on, and if you need any clarification on whether monopoly public schools are serving particularly inner city kids very well, take a look at that scene. You know, in fact, this hearing you showed in New York, they should have watched the movie before, you know, making those statements comparing to Enron. It's just unconscionable.
What is that? What is the problem here with this Perkins and others? I'm sorry.
There is a cartel.
Millions of dollars
I
at
can't even
stake.
be objective and fair here, or nice.
And that's
I'm
why we
sorry.
have Bob here. Let's explain. Well, you know what this comes down to, Mika? It comes down to patronage jobs that people pass around to their friends and relatives, and it comes down to billions of dollars that the cartel, as you call the unions, control.
Look, there are great public teachers. My mother was a public school teacher. I had great teachers.
Mine.
I wrote 2 years later saying how much they impacted me, and I appreciate them. And you can't study this topic and not know that. But to go from that to say you can never fire a bad teacher for essentially a guaranteed job for life. How many small business people would, Monday morning announce, anyone who's worked for me over 3 years, I hope you keep working, but if you decide to sort of phone it in, I'll never fire you. You have a guaranteed job. It's a preposterous system.
And it is not about those little children that were suffering in this film. It is about the patronage jobs, and it's about the billions of dollars that gets passed around. And by the way, in New Jersey, where Chris Christie's getting hammered, New Jersey spends $17,000 per student.
In some cities, a lot more than that. We show examples where it's over $400,000 per classroom being spent in New Jersey public schools, and yet very little reaches the teacher salaries.
Yeah.
A lot of people vote for education budgets to be higher because of their general sympathetic sense toward teacher salaries. Teachers need to be paid more. We just want to support the teachers.
This is what I don't
They don't
get.
realize how little money reaches.
You've got the President of the United States supporting reforming and breaking up these cartels. You've got the Secretary of Education who wants to break up the cartels. You've got Al Sharpton, Newt Gingrich, you name it. A bipartisan support. Most Americans want to break up the cartels, and yet the cartel is so powerful, people are scared to touch it.
It's campaign contributions to mostly state legislators. No Child Left Behind is a big subject, but really education is mostly a state and local issue. That's really where the decisions are made. And it's mostly state legislators that receive a lot of union campaign contributions, and let's face it, a lot of them are bought off.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
We have a rally in Trenton coming up, by the way, this Thursday at 6 p.m., a free rally for people that support education reform. The movie's also opening in 8 cities Friday through Sunday, opening weekend.
Is there
Chicago,
a website?
Yeah, thecartelmovie.com. Chicago, Boston, Washington, Philly, Minneapolis, St. Louis, Denver, San Francisco.
Really good work.
All right,
Amazing.
Bob, thank you for being with us. Also, if you can stick around, we're going to have you on our radio show on WABC, our swan song of sorts for now. And we want to talk about it because we have a lot of people in New Jersey who listen to the show, and they need to hear this story.